Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of The Witcher 3. Last time we left off, we finally managed to rescue Dandelion after a very long time and a very involved process of looking from person to person in Novigrad, which is right in the distance there. I think it looks like amazing in the background at this time of the day. It kind of looks, you know what it kind of looks like? It kind of looks like a vampire's castle, you know, because the sky is all red. You got these birds flying around. They might as well be bats or whatever. It looks really cool. Let's turn on the HUD here. And this time, so I am here at the Seven Cats Inn. And the interesting thing about this place is, I think I already mentioned this at some point in the past, is that if you count the cats in the surrounding areas and inside the inn itself, there are exactly 7 of them. So yeah, the Seven Cats Inn. I wonder if they'll have to like rename it if one of the cats died or something, or ran away, or I don't know. Okay, so in this episode we are gonna do something really cool, and that is, because we've finished up the main quest for Novigrad, which is kind of like the quest prerequisite to starting the Blood and Wine DLC. We are going to just jump right into it, but we're only going to go there for maybe like 1 or 2 things. We're not going to do the story. We're not going to do any side quests, I'm thinking. We're just going to visit there for kind of like the new game mechanics that I really want to explore, that being mutations. So without much further ado, we need to actually read one of these notices on this notice board. We've already read some of these before. I don't really want to go through them again. So here's the new one that we will have to read in order to continue with the DLC. So we got here, appeal to Sir Geralt of Rivia, the bridge his crest. Geralt of Rivia, at the behest of our merciful sovereign, her illustrious grace Anna Henrietta, we have journeyed to the northern realms to lay before you our mission. A terrible monster has appeared in the duchy of Toussaint, a beast that has committed heinous crimes against her grace's subjects. Only the most famous among witchers has the ability to destroy the beast. Thus we humbly beseech you to appear in the village of Holloway, where we shall await you in full hope that you will deign to hear our woes and liberate our land from the clutches of fear. Your humble servants, Sirs Pomerin de Lawnfall and Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin, the knights in the service of her grace and the duchy. Okay, and with that, we just have to read this thing one more time. And give me a second here, guys. I need to fix up my microphone a little bit. I don't know if my voice is coming through properly. I'm actually not 100% sure. Just give me 1 second. Okay, I think it's fine. I don't know, like the volume on my microphone is showing up or it's really low, but I haven't really changed any settings, so I don't know. Let's just move on. So yeah, with that, we get the quest update for Envoy's Wine Boys, and that's going to require us to go to the town of Holloway, which we can do. And I suppose the stonecutter settlement here is just going to be Holloway. Okay, so there is a little bit of a kind of entry to this entire Blood and Wine DLC. It's relatively quick. We should be able to get it done within one episode. And then I just want to jump into one of the new mechanics there. So here we are.
We've not got no need for your help.
Have no fear, good man. Our labors shall be done quickly. The prowlers to be banished for good.
Milton, look.
Get out!
In the flesh.
Hail, Witcher. Let us go inside and greet you as befits an old friend.
And you, fear not. We shall put an end to the rule of outlaws soon.
Man, I really like their armor. I like their shields too.
Found your message on a notice board.
You see, Pomerin? I told you. The griffin at White Orchard. I knew that were we only to follow the tracks of its slayer, we would in the end find Geralt.
Milton de Peyrac-Peyrin and Pomerin de Lawnfall. Good to see you both. Been years.
Be assured, we share your joy.
You must forgive us our surroundings. When we pledged to place the village under our protection, the village elder gave us this hut as our lodgings. He swore it is the best hut in the village.
Get involved in some squabble?
We discovered that in retreating, the Redanian garrison that left this land still is at the mercy of numerous plagues. A tyranny of bandits, the most onerous among them. These plunderers shall soon descend on this village to collect tribute. Milton and I will dissuade them.
We are both sworn to fight injustice and oppression wherever they rear their heads. The matter does not concern you, of course, but do us the kindness of waiting. Once we have dealt with these marauders, we have a matter we must present to you.
You know, I can just help you with those bandits. I do have 2 swords on my back.
So, plan to go out and meet the bandits when they arrive? Fight them?
Palmerin wishes first to appeal to their sense of decency. But I expect they will be deaf to this.
Yeah, completely.
We must afford them a chance to stand down. Many a hardened outlaw has left the path of wrongdoing upon hearing words of admonition.
Doesn't happen in these lands. Ever.
If they do not heed my reprimand, we at least will know we have done all within our means to evade bloodshed.
Fine. Naturally, I'll help when Palmerin's rhetoric falls on deaf ears.
Excellent. Then we've but to wait for the rogues to arrive.
No faith in trying to reach to a peaceful
Hear
outcome
that?
with the bandits.
Your bandits have arrived.
Let us go out to greet them.
Man, that's way too much commotion this early in the morning.
Hark, contemptible curs!
He mean us?
I, Palmerin de Launfal, call upon you to repent. Set your hearts. Do you not see that they are blackened?
Regular punch and Judy here.
To prey upon commoners is no honor. To loot their meager stores, abandon the path of shame, and we will spare you.
Right good jest, that. Had us a laugh. Now, fuck off or we lose our patience and you lose something else.
Nay, wait, Zorg. These lads are a lark. Mayhaps they know some tricks.
Oi, players! Can you toss balls all loopity like? Or do that thing where one spits fire while the other farts?
We could, I mean, okay. There's no peaceful way out of this, but we could say, you know, listen to Palmerin.
Noble Palmerin's giving you a chance. Now I'm gonna give you some advice. Do what he says.
Or what?
Or you'll find yourself fighting knights errant in the pay of the Duchess of Toussaint. And they eat scum like you with their morning porridge.
There's 3 of them. 2 turtled up in armor. We'll come back later.
Some wench sent them. Folk will say we's afeard of wenches and jesters.
Ooh, insulted the Duchess. Not good.
Indeed, we cannot let the affront go unpunished. I swear upon the Heron you will pay with your own blood. By the crane, villains, ready your arms.
Oh, here we go. We are like literal knights in shining armor, I suppose. Fighting us some bandits. Okay. I mean, oh man, okay. They are kind of weak. Defensively. Offensively, they're just like anything else, really. Yeah, especially the ones with the frickin' bows and their stupid archery or crossbows sometimes. Yeah, there they are. Let me just grab these guys real quick. Okay, so gotta be careful here. I'm probably just like one hit away from dying because of these stupid archers.
Come on.
Alright. Now this guy with the shield, I can quickly kill with just that. And oh, there's one more archer over here. Gotta be really careful. Okay, there it is. One guy here. Oh my god, come on. There we go. Shields do not bother the iris, I can tell you that. Okay, and we got one guy left. That's it.
Why do they not emerge? It is over. We have banished the scoundrels, lifted oppression's yoke from their lives.
Warned you it'd be like this. Fear you as much as they did the bandits now. Sorry, no fanfares and flowers. You're not in Toussaint.
Ah, it is true what folk claim. In the north, no noble deed goes unthwarted. It is time to go home.
And we shall, my friend. Come, Geralt. It's time we delivered our message.
So fess up. What brings you such a long way?
We are to deliver Her Grace the Duchess's message in full, with all due ceremony. For tradition
Is sacred in Toussaint. All right, fine.
Most honorable Geralt, slayer of monsters and all evils nefarious, which prey on the defenseless of this world. Whereas never have you been known to deny help to the innocent, nor leave widows and orphans to fates undeserved. Answer you now our present summons. Free us from the beast which floods our streets with blood, and sows panic in the hearts of rich and poor alike. Come to our aid, Witcher. Thus humbly beseeches you the Star-Crossed City's most gracious protectress, Her Illustrious Highness, Duchess Anna Henrietta.
Shall you answer her call?
It's interesting that the entire parchment where the decree is on is kind of like written in this gibberish language that we don't understand. But at the very bottom, she signs her name Anna Henrietta in English. So I don't know, there might be some kind of a divide between the languages there. Yeah, so a little bit of backstory. Actually, not much, but Geralt has been in Toussaint before, and he has dealt with the Duchess there. And Henrietta, of course, Toussaint is a kind of, it's part of Nilfgaard. They've been assimilated, but they're still kind of autonomous in some way, I believe. But yeah, they do have their own ruler. And Geralt knows Anna as kind of, I don't know, her manners and her words, they don't really match the ones written in this decree, so we gotta question that.
Anna Henrietta really say all that? Word for word?
In point of fact, she said, "Bring me the Witcher and dare not spare your horses. Only make certain this time he comes alone." The Ducal Chamberlain added the rest. You know how it is.
Yeah, I remember.
I might add, be it unofficially, that a hefty reward awaits. Yet the specifics you will need to verify with Her Illustrious Highness.
Okay, so yeah, clearly she didn't write the entire thing there. She just says, "Bring me the Witcher or else." Okay, tell me about the beast.
Might be the most fervent request that I take a contract ever. And the most polite. And now we've got all that behind us. I want to hear more about this beast. Some kind of monster? Just guessing.
Most assuredly, though no one has caught a good look at it as yet. Our only sure witnesses, the bodies massacred in a brutal, horrid manner.
Look, some sketches drafted from descriptions given by those who claim they glimpsed the beast. Each quite different. To my mind, these witnesses lie.
How many victims so far?
2. When Her Grace learnt of the second, she discharged us immediately to fetch you, promising grants of land and fortunes in gold, should you answer her summons.
An ill wind blows, Geralt. The beast cannot be tracked. Folks say it wields black magic. Also, both victims were nobly born, and the start of a tourney draws near.
One of those drawings kind of looked like Slender Man. The one on the right. And the one in the middle looks like Cthulhu. And the one on the left looks like... I don't know what that looks like. Black magic.
Beast wields black magic? What makes you say so?
The first victim vanished between bites at a feast. Of the feast-goers, none noticed this. They saw but an open window, then heard desperate cries from the street below, where a corpse had just been found.
The second killing, similar. A knight in a locked room. Servants all about the house, guards all around the estate. Yet the beast somehow got him out, dragged him to the town square, and killed him there. No one saw, nor heard a thing.
We have no fear of creatures against which sword and shield protect, but of this beast, nothing is known. Save that it cannot be traced, kills effortlessly, and with no rhyme or reason we can discern.
What about trapping it?
Anyone tried to hunt it? Knights errant, for example?
Ha! Many have tried. Baiting, waiting in ambush, but to no avail.
The beast is clever. It evades all traps and attacks of a sudden. It is like a ghost.
An experienced tracker. This is what we need, with knowledge of monsters. In short, we need you.
Okay, so we can kind of rule out ghouls or drowners, because clearly those are not intelligent enough. And, tourney, which is tournament, really.
Mentioned a tourney. Why doesn't the Duchess just call it off?
Simply, it is too late. The guests have arrived. The best knights of all lands, relatives of the Emperor. The beast could be a threat to others, not just to Her Grace's subjects.
Got it. Before an aristocrat dies, at best it's a scandal. At worst, a diplomatic incident.
No one's going to miss a Nilfgaardian diplomat, right? Okay, so yeah, we can either think about it and come back to it later, or we can just take it. Let's take it.
I sometimes think back to all the contracts I've ever taken from sovereigns. Can't name hardly any where I came out ahead.
You cannot be thinking to refuse.
No. Just struck by a thought. How the Duchess can sometimes be... demanding.
So you accept the contract. Excellent!
We must set off at once. We long wanted this land searching for you. Yet time is of the essence.
Ready to go, soon as you're packed.
Then post-haste to Toussaint.
To Toussaint!
Alright. Geralt has taken on quite a few contracts from sovereigns, hasn't he? I mean, we're in the middle of one right now. Emir Bar Emreis, the Emperor of Nilfgaard, is asking us to find his daughter. There was once where he helped out King
Geralt
Foltest.
and Yennefer were reunited. But something even more important happened in Vigor. Geralt learned that Cirilla, his one-time ward, had returned.
Well,
from
this
abroad.
summary, I don't remember if we've seen this one before, but this one is not like super important.
Yennefer's behest.
So yeah, so there was King Foltest where Geralt helped out one of his daughters, or his only daughter, I don't remember, dispelling a curse from her. He's had plenty of dealings with kings and emperors, and this time it's going to be a duchess. Honestly, I don't know the difference between all of these different rulers. They're just, the rulers of a certain country, or in this case, a duchy. I don't even know what that means. But, well, here we go. Off to Toussaint. A few days later.
Toussaint, the land of love and wine.
Exactly how I remembered it.
Yeah, every time I see this place...
You will find Boclair has changed some these past years.
Walk about when you have the chance. You will see for yourself.
To me, place always seemed straight out of a fairy tale. Knights errant, elven palaces.
You insinuate that we are somehow odd? I shall prove you wrong. This I pledge on the Heron.
Well, Geralt took the words right out of my mouth. Every time I see this place, I'm kind of just awestruck. But we gotta deal with this little problem right here. Yeah, that is one really mean giant or cyclops of some kind. And of course, the first thing Geralt does when he comes into Toussaint is to fight a nasty
For my
monster.
lady! Guillaume, watch out! I swore I'd kill a monster! All for one and one for all!
So this thing's name is Goliath. It's very, very difficult to take on head on. But there is one way we can do it. Like you see, he behaves a lot like a giant, and there is a lot of help from your allies, so it might not be too hard. But one of the most interesting things you can do, I just noticed that I can use the right analog stick to switch between boats. Oh my god. Those times where I kind of like forget to equip my silver boats for supernatural enemies, I'm just feeling so dumb. Like, it used to be that I can use the D-pad to switch between boats, but that doesn't work anymore, so I just thought that you couldn't switch boats in combat anymore. But you can actually use the right analog stick. Yeah. Okay. So, one of the more interesting ways to take out the Goliath, for those of you who have tried to hunt for achievements in The Witcher 3, is that you can actually shoot a single bolt, and if you aim it correctly, as in the hole right in its on his head, there's this like hole on the bucket on his head, or whatever the hell he's wearing, then you will just die instantly. So that's the way we're gonna do it for this time, because that will just make the fight a lot quicker. And we'll see if I can aim it properly. So I'm gonna select my crossbow here, and obviously no auto aiming here. We're gonna have to just aim manually and see if I can hit that little opening in his head. It's very difficult because he moves around a lot. If I had some kind of like time slowdown, I guess I can put down a Yurden. Then this will make it a lot easier, but you know, it's kind of difficult. Okay, so that didn't hit it. Oh god. Let's see if I can do it. Maybe I won't even get to do it before it dies, but that's just one of the ways you can kill it. Yeah, because crossbows do a lot of damage in W3EE. It doesn't do a lot of damage in vanilla Witcher 3, which means you probably won't be able to kill it this way. But in this mod, you definitely could before you actually get a shot off. Especially when Homer and what's the other guy called? Milton are doing such a good job at just like hurting it and keeping its attention. Alright, come on, boy. Oh god, that's not good. I saw a lot of blood there. It's a good thing my buddies are invincible. Did I just give it an arm injury by shooting it in the face? Okay, yeah, this is like really hard. Wow. It's a lot easier if I were to use my mouse, but I'm a little not too bothered. Can't do it. You know what? I can't do it. This is hard. Yeah, and I definitely don't want to die in this fight, so let's just stay a little bit farther away, and let's see if I can get a really lucky shot off. Probably not. Oh god! Huh. Wow, I definitely did not see that coming. I tell you that, wow. Okay then. Okay, well, it kind of sucks that I didn't catch that on screen, but on my very second attempt, I literally shot one bolt and it hit that sweet spot.
Big beast.
Wow.
Tackling it single-handed? None too wise.
Neither is love born of wisdom, Witcher. So, Guillaume, out with it. Which fair damsel inspired you to vow to kill that filth?
The most beautiful among them.
If he wishes to guard her name a secret, he need not reveal it.
You I do not know, sir, nor seem you a knight, yet still I am profoundly grateful, nay, indebted to you for your succor. This trophy, sir, is yours.
Alright, so I'm gonna get a Goliath trophy, but how did a giant wind up here?
A giant this close to human settlements? Strange.
Well, that was no ordinary giant. His name was Goliath, rumored to have been a knight once, but one who broke his vows. For this, the Lady of the Lake transformed him into a wild giant and banished him into the Gorgon Hills.
So he came back down? Why?
Several times each year, hunger chased him into the lowlands. Goliath had killed and devoured many shepherds. Guillaume's hunt served a noble cause. At any rate, it's a tale for more agreeable environs.
Okay.
I'll take the trophy. Why not? Could find someone who'll pay to buy it. Put up a good fight against the giant. Got experience battling monsters?
None. In Toussaint, we mostly chase bandits. But I vowed I'd bring my heart's champion the head of a monstrosity, as the famed Gottfried, known as the Giant Killer, did.
You don't mean to hunt the beast, I hope. The matter's best left to Geralt.
Another challenge awaits me. Yet if Geralt is to hunt the beast, he ought to know. It struck again. The river surrendered a corpse. It washed up in the meander by the cockatrice. Damien de la Tour's guardsmen are there already, securing the area.
Securing the area? Better go there now before they trample any tracks, manhandle any evidence.
Set forth, then. I shall ride for the city to inform her gracious magnificence that Geralt has arrived. We'll meet later, near Guillaume's tent at the tourney grounds. I shall take you then to see her grace.
Alright, let's hack this giant's face off. Very nice. Look at that. Actually, this guy looks a lot smaller now that it's dead. Wow. It doesn't look that much taller than Geralt himself. What do we have here? Unsent letter to be delivered personally to Damien de la Tour. Dear Commander, we the undersigned turn to you with a polite request to provide protection to our humble settlement on Cooper's Slope. For we live in fear of acts of rampage and destruction on the parts of giants descending from Mount Gorgon. As recently as a week ago, one such giant attacked our Cooper's workshop, destroyed our yard, stole one of the barrows, and put it on his head. Okay, so it's a barrow, alright. As if donning a helm, heedless to our warnings that this contradicted the item's intended use and might lead to unpredictable side effects. It then fled towards the Sancretor River. The ducal paper pushers refuse to believe our words, and we are afraid those monsters will kill us all in our sleep. We thank you in advance for considering our humble plea. Amelia, Carol, Jacob, Gregore, and Caroline. Alright, and this one is just a summons from Anna. Okay. Can we loot the thing? Oh, yes. Look at that. 400 crowns. Giant mutagen. And a bunch of precious gems. Let's take a look at this giant mutagen. It might be exactly the same as the Cyclops. Yep. Basically exactly the same. I think it gave like a little bit more armor. Alright. So, let's continue here. Gonna get on to Roach. And we're gonna follow Palmerin. I think that's Palmerin.
Brave kid, Guillaume.
Palmerin oversaw his upbringing. Guillaume is his kin.
Okay, so now the game is giving us a tutorial on the mutations, which is what we're coming here for, as well as Grandmaster Witcher gear. I may or may not work on just getting the Griffin one, just the Griffin one, not like every single other set. We will see, depending on how much time it's going to take me. Okay, so here we go. So this is Toussaint. Yeah. It's beautiful, it's expansive, the map is pretty huge. It's comparable to Velen, not quite as big obviously, but there's definitely more things to do here in Toussaint. There's a lot of side quests, the main quest stretches for quite long.
Can't get used to the way you knights talk, especially how you switch back and forth between flowery and, well, near normal.
We are knights errant, in the service of her gracious magnificence. When we appear in her name or speak on her behalf, we are bound by tradition.
We got places of interests, we got things to explore. Yeah, there's plenty of things to do here in Toussaint. It's just we're probably not going to do too much of it right now, but we'll certainly come back and do those later on. It is... I think the Blood and Wine DLC is probably my favorite portion of The Witcher 3, including probably my favorite quest in the entire game, somewhere towards the end of it. So I'll let you guys know which quest is my favorite once we get there. Probably
faster.
Not for a while though. Okay, so here we are.
No one here. They must have removed the body already.
Let's look around. Make sure they didn't miss anything.
Alright, so let's get back to our standard investigation stuff. We got some footprints.
Hobnailed boots, multiple sets of prints. Ducal guard, clearly. Let's see where they went.
Oh, I see an enemy in the distance.
Walked along the shoreline.
Perhaps the body lay on the bank.
I see several enemies in the distance. Okay, we're just gonna have to take them on.
Got guests. Careful.
Alright, here we go. So, these Rot Fiend lookalikes
That stench.
are a little bit nastier than your regular Rot Fiend. These are called Scarcers. We can treat them like a drowner, really. But it's just we have to be careful. When they're about to die, we need to dodge away, otherwise we're going to take a big hit. So, right there. Yep, you see that? That looks pretty nasty. Don't want to be next to them.
Drawn here by the smell of blood. Let's keep looking.
Okay. Oh, I was unknowingly using my silver weapon there. Didn't want to do that, but it doesn't matter.
Anything taken by the current ends up in these shallows.
Yes, the stench is fierce.
Actually, let's go ahead and loot these guys a little bit. Oh my god, look at their corpses. They're like blood red. Haha.
Only blood-soaked scraps left of the victim's clothing. Good quality cloth.
A wealthy victim, correct?
Looks it.
Wealthy victim, huh?
Blood. Guardsmen pulled these nets out of the water, then cut the mutilated body free.
Alright, so... use your
Gonna
witcher
dive in,
senses
make sure they didn't miss anything.
to search the nets for clues the guardsmen may have overlooked.
Look at the rut. Guardsmen left this site by boat recently, probably to transport the body somewhere.
And the mystery deepens, quite literally, because we're going to have to dive a little bit here. Let's go. Oh, got some florins, nice. And what about this? What is that, an ore? Yeah, a broken ore. Okay, I should not have even looted that. Take the fish, though. Nope, I don't want the broken ore. And let's see what else we can find down here. A wooden spoon, really? Oh, that's not interesting at all. What about this thing? Come on, Geralt. Work with me here. Yeah, the swimming mechanics are a little clunky. Copper mug. Okay. Yeah, definitely don't need that, I don't think. And what else might we find down here? This thing? Jug. Alright. Well, I'm not really sure why like these items are glowing red. They're not even quest items. What about this thing? Oh, look at that. Handkerchief monogrammed DLC. Dude, look at that. I don't know if that's on purpose.
Silk kerchief. Monogrammed DLC. A noble's accessory, clearly. Be nice to know where they took the corpse.
I would have to think that has to be on purpose, because Blood and Wine is a DLC, and this dude's initials just coincidentally had the same letters.
What now?
This isn't the site of the murder. We know that. Current brought the body here. Corpse got caught in the nets. Guardsmen pulled it out, put it in a boat and took it somewhere. Need to find out where. I'd like to look at the corpse before it starts to decompose.
The inn. Its patrons must have seen the guardsmen, which direction they took. We should ask there.
A bunch of noblemen, including one certain cloaked figure watching us.
Seems we've got ourselves an audience.
You think this surprising? The locals will tell the children of children they do not have yet, of the day a quartered corpse was pulled from the river.
Why would they tell their children that? No, that's just gruesome.
One thing. Found a handkerchief in the water. Monogrammed DLC. Mean anything to you?
Delacroix? It cannot be. Was it he the beast slew?
Seems so. Knew him well?
Long past. We were close friends once, but our paths diverged. He was a man of extremes, standing by his companions no matter the odds, fighting his foes to the bitter end.
Foes. You have a lot of them?
He did, but I do not see what that has to do with the beast. Ah, Geralt, you've struck a raw nerve. Memories of a time long past, to which I'd rather not return now.
I understand. We can talk later. Let's go to the tavern.
I shall have to leave you soon. Return to court.
Barely got back to Toussaint.
A knight in the service of Her Illustrious Highness knows no rest. In fact, I'd feared I would return too late to fulfill my duty. Yet it seems I've arrived in the nick of time.
Well, that's nice. Alright, so we're gonna go over to the inn. I'm actually kind of really excited to see what the innkeeper has to offer. Here in Toussaint,
once you have finished examining the corpse, be sure to report to Anarietta.
Anarietta?
Her Grace, the Duchess. I forget myself at times. We address each other by our first names in private. Never in Pomrin's presence, however. He finds such familiarity offensive.
Patrolling on an empty stomach. Oh,
these innkeepers do sell some interesting
traders, smugglers, boatmen. But you will find no better crayfish chowder in all Toussaint.
What? Is no lads brave enough?
Of course we have, but bravery's not enough against the beast. Wields dark powers.
And obviously this place just feels as alive as ever, as any lively inn in Novigrad. In fact, I would say this place is much more atmospheric, given all the landscape and the nice sunshine.
Could that be the musty scent of fresh pate?
Naught else, Sir de Peyrac-Peyran. I see time has not dulled your senses.
We would be honored if you would join us. Your companion as well.
But why do I not detect even a whiff of crayfish chowder?
No soup today, on account of there being no crayfish. I reckon you've not heard, but all I caught was a corpse. I awoke at the crack of dawn, as I do each day, but when I looked up, I beheld a blood-red sky.
This corpse is precisely why we're here. For the man whom you've invited to join you at the table was summoned from a far-off land by her gracious magnificence. He is tasked with tracking and killing the beast.
We invited 2 men to join us, yet since Sir de Peyrac-Peyran in temperament is more akin to hare than hound, I surmise the other is the hunter. With whom do we have the pleasure?
I am no hunter, but I am a witcher.
Name's Geralt.
A humble introduction. You've clearly not tarried long with Sir de Peyrac-Peyran.
Spare us the petty insults. Geralt is a master of the witchering trade. He has questions concerning the beast's last victim.
I was the one to find the corpse. The sun had just risen when I awoke, sat straight up in my bed, looked out the window, and beheld a sky red as blood.
Ask Geralt, please, or we shall be here till winter.
Okay, so about this red sky.
Must have been early in the morning. Went to check your nets and then...
I stepped out of my hut and saw...
By my troth, to the point, man. You found a body ensnared in your crayfish nets. We know this already. What happened then? Did you see anyone nearby? Did you spy anything noteworthy? Anything at all?
Not a soul around, just me. As for noteworthy... well...
What did you see? But be warned, if I hear the sky was red again...
I saw a head bobbing, eyes bulging, the tongue blue and popped out. Next to it, a hand rocking upon the water.
Get a good look at the body parts?
They gave me such a fright. I bolted to town fast as my legs would take me, then returned with guardsmen who told me to keep out of their way. They had a hard haul. The parts were so tangled up in my nets, they were forced to cut them.
And where did they take the victim's body?
Need to examine the body. Know where they took it?
They ferried it across, then loaded it on a cart and hauled it to a cellar at Corvo Bianco to keep it cool, see?
What? Why, Corvo Bianco is Baron Russell's estate. When he learns they've turned his cellar into a morgue, he'll set his hounds on them.
While you were gallivanting about the north, his vineyard was auctioned off.
Well, there you go.
That?
That's not suspicious
Woman
at
who
all.
just left. Didn't see her before. Didn't notice her walk in either.
Doubtless Linnis, the innkeep's daughter. But hold, Geralt, because this is an outrage. Rossel's vineyard was auctioned off? Inconceivable.
It is no secret the Baron had gambling debts up to his ears. It finally came time to collect. His creditors auctioned off his property. The Ducal Chancellery bought it, in fact. Rossel now bunks with his brother in Vigor.
I told Rossel he'd get his comeuppance. How long can one draw on past heroics? His creditors must finally have defined that his promises meant nothing.
Such are the times. Today's knights are pale shadows of the heroes of yore.
It's true what they say. God sent the beast to punish us for straying from the old paths.
Divine punishment. Well, I wouldn't go that far, but maybe I would. Something similar.
So folk think the beast's divine punishment.
Knights have turned their backs on the old customs. Where they were defenders of the duchy, they're now defenders of their own tushes.
Why, you insolent...
Let him talk.
The Duchess trades in titles, grants honors to ill-doers. We've strayed from the path of virtue, lost the gods' favor, so the gods sent retribution.
Don't listen to that nonsense, Geralt. It's rehashed street preacher codswallop.
Yes, the rebel rousers have been sprouting up like weeds lately, each offering the same bill of goods.
Okay, and what else do people say about this beast?
They say anything else about the beast? Besides it being a messenger of the gods?
The Toussaint are no fools. They see clearly the beast kills on days honoring patron saints.
Picky monster.
Toussaint. I love that term. Alright, time to go examine the body.
Thanks for the hospitality. Time I examined the corpse.
Corvo Bianco lies a short way from here, near the tourney grounds. Just follow the road and you'll arrive.
Not coming with? Oh yeah, duty of some sort calls.
Some sort? Her Grace bestowed a great honor on me, even before we departed for Velen. I'm to play the hare during this year's game in the palace gardens. When you see me in my costume, you will wet yourself laughing.
A little tempted to ask a few questions, but it sounds like a long, complicated story. One involving lengthy digressions into local history and tradition. So, see you later, Milton, and good luck.
Okay, very good. I'm not going to do much exploring here in Toussaint, but I do want to check out this inn.
Oh, dear
I have a feeling
fellow,
something
with
interesting
a
is going to be here.
like that, you must have your pick of the ladies.
Okay, so we got a couple of books. I suppose we can read these a little later. I mean, Toussaint does have its own set of books and lore that we can read that's kind of like apart from everything else in the game. Kind of like how you can find a lot of lore regarding Skellige in books found only in Skellige. Yeah, we got that kind of stuff here in Toussaint as well. And this one recipe piece of paper just got me overweight. What the heck? Deshell the crayfish, then remove heads, pincers, and tails. Grind these in a mortar. In a saucepan, fry onion and garlic with a sprig of thyme or in butter until transparent. Add the crayfish flesh and fry. Pour in a good vintage muscadet and then add bouillon. Blend the contents of the saucepan thoroughly. Transfer to a stew pot. Add dough and simmer. Once done, chicken and soup with a half quart of ice cream. Thicken the soup with a half quart of cream and a tablespoon of butter. Add wild herbs to taste and don't spare the dill. Even a whole bunch will not be too much. I do love dill. Okay, so before we talk to the innkeep there, I need to like just call Roach and not be overweight here. Roach? Oh my god, she's all the way down there. Come up here.
The famed witcher from the north.
This place is called the Cockatrice Inn. Alright. And Roach, what are you doing? What does this thing say? Ah, okay. A bunch of wanted people. Alright. So, let me just go ahead and deposit some stuff here. And, time to talk to our dear innkeep. Man, there's a lot of patrons here. Must be a popular place.
What's in? Normally, I'd encourage you to try our famed fisherman's chowder. But alas, we are all out of crayfish.
Could replace them with something else. Perch, for example.
Replace crayfish with fish? I beg you. What next? Vinegar for wine? Parsley for thyme? Huh? Your Nordlings are a pleasant lot, but about cuisine you know nothing.
Damn, what are you talking about? We got like 20 different recipes to cook up our chicken breasts and like the raw meat that we loot off animals. Know nothing about cuisine. I'll show you. Alright, what about some rumors?
Got any gossip? Fishermen talking about anything interesting?
Yes, about a Nordling who would replace crayfish with pike.
Asked a serious question.
Let that go already.
And a tactless one. I do not eavesdrop on my clients, and I certainly don't repeat anything I chance to hear.
Oh, okay. Well, you're not a very standard innkeep for a RPG because you guys usually have some rumors to tell me. But anyways, let's go through your stock.
Show me what you got in stock.
Alright, so we got some really interesting things here. We got a couple of Gwent cards. Let's just go ahead and pick these up. Ekimara, Eridan, and Wispus, okay? And don't have any new food recipes, but look at all the food this guy sells. Oh my goodness. Let's just go over a couple of these because I think these are like really interesting. We got camembert, 18.6. Onion soup, which gives, wow, 8.5, so 15.7 vitality and 0.7 stamina. Gutted pheasant, baguette with camembert, which is weird because it gives less recovery than the cheese itself. The bread must really just, makes it taste less tasty, maybe. Okay, and we got roasted ham, chocolate souffle, gingerbread, cookies. Oh, cookies, cool. Brioche, water, cheese, bread. Yeah, a lot of like interesting food items, including a lot of like different types of wine, which is I find really cool. Look at all of these. Hair pate, pepper, onions, and down here is just like your standard food items. Normally, I would be really tempted to buy some food just for the heck of it, but because we're already hoarding so much, I'm just not going to. I'm not going to indulge this time. Maybe a little later. For now, though, let's play some Gwent. And here in Toussaint, we can bet up to 30 instead of the standard 10.
Not likely to taste your famous fisherman's chowder, so maybe we could play some Gwent.
Alright, sounds good. Let's play a game. Is this Squirtle? This is Squirtle. Oh my god. Yeah, this deck is like weak. It's so weak. Let's just go ahead and play Nilfgaard, which is probably still our most powerful deck. Northern Realms is fine, but Nilfgaard just got the spies, and you know what they say about spies in Gwent. Okay, so we got a handful of like really generic cards, which I'm actually really liking, so just go ahead and use his hand and see what happens. Ah yes, the soundtrack for playing Gwent is also different here in Toussaint. And also, we got a mysterious fifth faction or fourth? Northern Realms, Nilfgaard, Squirtle. So we got a mysterious fifth faction here called Skellige that we don't get access to on the continent or on the northern continent. So this guy has a Skellige deck, and he's going to be showing us a couple of Skellige cards. That's not a Skellige card. That's a generic heroic spy, which he played at a really awkward time. Do I keep playing, or yeah, let's just keep playing. I need to win this round. Oh boy. All right, so he's playing as well, which makes me a little nervous, to be honest. What do I do here? You know what? Let's just pass and see what happens. Ah, damn it, he's gonna win the first round. Ah, totally called my bluff. Alright. Wow. There's Ceres and her Queen's Guards. Oh my god. This is really bad. Wow, so that Canby turns into, what is that, Heimdall? Who revives a card from the graveyard? Are you kidding me? This card is so strong. Heimdall, not Heimdall. Okay, 20 strength hero, that's a medic. Oh my god, I'm so going to lose this game. I am so going to lose. I suppose there isn't really much to do but to, you know, just play my spy. I mean, okay, so he's gonna pass, which is not too bad, I think. Let's go ahead and play this for some tempo. Got really lucky that I didn't draw any of the Nilfgaardian Riders. So that gives us 28, which means I need another 9 points to beat him. Unfortunately, our buddy Ogier is only 8 points, which means we're gonna play another spy. See what else. I want to draw into a Commander's Horn. Damn it! You're not a Commander's Horn. So this is 14. I might as well just play it out, and I'll use Ogier with a carryover to win the round. All right. So we have even card advantage, which is fine. It's just that I have 3 decoys in my hand, which may be bad. So there we have Skellige's faction ability kicking in, which is during the 3rd round he gets to revive 2 random cards from his graveyard, which is incredibly overpowered because one of those just turned out to be a spy. Unluckily for him though, I have a lot of decoys, so I am able to just decoy my own spy there. Man, Skellige looks like such a fun deck to play. Wow. Now, because I haven't played the Witcher 3 Enhanced Edition, you know, with the Blood and Wine expansion, I don't know how, like, what most of the Skellige cards do. Or rather, not Enhanced Edition. I was talking about Gwent++. Yeah, I was never here to play Gwent, so I don't know a lot of the interesting modded effects. So it's gonna be fun. So this is Berna. Oh man. Triggers Berserk transformation on the same row. Interesting. This card art is a little bit spoilerish, but hey, whatever. Young Berserker. Oh, look at that. So these guys have like this unique ability where if they get the Berserk status, they turn into different cards, I think. Yeah, something like that. Alright, let's play this one, and we'll bring back Vesemir. It's not looking too good, to be honest. He's got a Commander's Horn, and I don't. But I do have this Letho in my hand, and hopefully she's gonna do something for me. He's gonna do something for me. Yennefer here is going to scorch the entire range row, which is pretty neat. Okay, so Ermien's gonna bring back another spy, which I do not mind at all, because I'm just going to decoy it. Putting those decoys to good use. Oh my god. Wow, what the heck? What just happened? What the heck did this guy do? Wow, okay, so I'm down by 66 points. This spy better get me something good, I swear. Okay, Tibber. It's not awful. It's not gonna help much. Yeah, let's go ahead and play him. Wow, he's got more of those. 54 points per bear? Are you kidding me? I can't beat that. There's no way. This is a lost cause. There's just no way. This guy's deck is way too strong. Alright, at this point, let's just go ahead and see what else he has in his hand. He's got 2 Scorchers, which is really good. He's just gonna pass here. Well, I say good because, you know, like, it's probably not that good because I'm still gonna lose, but I'll try to see what kind of points I can scrounge up here. Why did that Triss not work? Medic. I have cards to revive, right? No? What? What happened to all the cards in my graveyard? Well, I just went from a little bit of hope to no hope at all. So yeah, there you go. This guy's deck is like so strong. I swear, I have to win the first round. I can't spare resources. All right, so that's 30 crowns out the window. Let's try this again. Yeah.
Not likely.
Okay, here we go. We're gonna keep on playing Nilfgaard, and we'll see what I can do. So who's going first? I didn't really see. I think it was my opponent. Alright, so let's try to win this first round here. Actually, I got a pretty good hand. No spies though, so I think I'm just going to mulligan away these Gaunter Odim's Darknesses. And probably the cow. Damn it, no spies. Alright. But the most important thing is we win this first round. So I'm going to do everything I can to just generate as much tempo as possible. Okay, good. He's playing that Berserk ability. That's nice. I'm going to go ahead and Commander's Horn the front row. And yep, there it is. The pass. That's exactly what I was looking for. So now I can bleed him out in this second round. Okay, this should be okay. Alright, so that does nothing. Yeah, I say bleed him out in the second round, but really, all the cards in my hand are really good. Still though, I want to kind of make this matchup as one-sided as possible by just having as many cards as I can going to round 3, and then he's probably going to have like maybe 2 cards left in his hand. Unless he goes for a couple of decoys. Well, if he does that, then there's not much I can do. Okay, Shield Maiden. This time though, his hand is not nearly as good. Right now, I actually have an excellent Scorch here. 4 times 9. Plus my 12 from Letho. So I might just 2-round this guy. Alright, so Yennefer can actually get rid of those 3 archers, which is hilarious. Yeah, take that. I don't think his last card will be able to do anything. Let's just pass. Yep, not gonna do anything. That Skellige Storm came back and bit him in the behind. Alright, very nice.
Thought I knew them all. Guess I was wrong. Must be a one-off. Message on the back, signed by a certain Count Monier. Invitation to a tournament. Interesting.
Alright, so by beating this guy in Gwent, we unlock a Gwent tournament here in Toussaint. We still have yet to do the one in Novigrad, which we will get to, I would say, relatively soon. But for now, we're going to do a little bit of stuff here in this beautiful land. Alright, let's see. So our next quest objective actually has us go to Corvo Bianco, I think it was called. But we're not going to go there just yet because that actually advances the main quest. What we're going to do is we're going to, oh my god, look at all of these quest markers just for this one quest here in town. This city down here in Toussaint is called Boclair, and I would say the this specific city rivals Novigrad in terms of how awesome it is. Not quite as large, and maybe not quite as lively as Novigrad, but it's definitely a very interesting place to explore. So we're gonna go there right now, and even though there are no quests leading us there,
sounds of a fight. Have to hurry.
Oh god. Okay, so this is Corvo Bianco. We don't really have to hurry. This is a main quest, so this is obviously not missable. We're gonna just ride our horse all the way into Boclair and see what we can do there. And just keep in mind, guys, we're not doing anything else in Toussaint right now. So with all the exploration and all the side quests and stuff, those are going to come later. Okay, yeah, check out that castle up there. So cool. That is where the Duchess lives. And if I'm not mistaken, we can actually go visit her right now. Actually, I might be mistaken
glad
there.
To see her illustrious grace.
She does live there, but I don't believe she appears until a certain point after the storyline in the Blood and Wine DLC, so there's no point in actually going up there in hopes of actually meeting her. What we are here for, though,
Can I shoot your
is
crossbow?
if we just walk into the square in Boclair here, this will trigger an event, and this is exactly what I want to do here.
A letter for you, sir.
Letter? Who from?
Can't rightly say, sir. I was just to deliver it.
Okay, so the kid is standing here waiting for a tip, and this might be a good time to just bring up something like kind of a gameplay mechanic here in Toussaint, and that is, so the people here, they go by 5 different virtues. I think I probably can't name them all off the top of my head, but we have like wisdom, generosity, valor, honor, and there's one more. I don't remember what the last one was, but there were these 5 virtues, and while you're here in Toussaint, we're going to come across like many different side quests that are going to touch up on these virtues. And as long as we obey these virtues, for the most part, we don't have to like obey them to the teeth. We can kind of stray off in certain places, but as long as we are, just on the right path, then at the very end of, or not the very end, but as long as we have completed enough quests, we can unlock this epic weapon. We'll get there later, though. It's called Erendite. It's like in all the Witcher games. So that's something we're going to be need to do here if we don't follow the virtues. And so for here, for example, it's testing our generosity. If we just say get lost and we're not generous with this kid, then we're going to lose up on the generosity check. There will be other opportunities in the future, obviously, but we might as well just be generous here and complete that check.
Here. And thanks.
No, sir. Thank you. And I truly hope I'll be of service again.
My dear friend.
I've been told you're on a jaunt to Toussaint. I do hope you don't overtax yourself during the wine festival. The effects of such exertion at your age can indeed prove most detrimental. I've come upon some information which might be of interest to you. While browsing through a colleague's book collection, I found mention of one Professor Moreau of Boclair, who conducted research into Witcher mutations. The details I've come to learn are rather vague, and his laboratory's location remains a mystery. Yet his journal should at least provide hints as to both. It is said he was laid to rest with it in his tomb. I enclose a map I found in the tome I happened upon. Though less than completely legible, I trust it will prove useful nonetheless. Should you grow tired of sampling Boclair's ladies, wines, and other exquisite delicacies, this matter might prove a fruitful diversion. Investigate at your leisure. Your friend, Yennefer.
A professor who studied Witcher mutations. Might actually be worth looking into.
So Yennefer caught wind of Geralt going to Toussaint. Interesting. I wonder how she discovered that. So yeah, there's a letter, and she read it to us beautifully, so we don't need to read it again. Alright, so this quest that unlocks right here, it's going to be a side quest, and it's called, this one. Turn and Face the Strange. Yeah. We're going to do this next time, and I'm not really sure how many episodes we're going to be spending in this place, but this is our main objective, because I really want to unlock mutations to see what they are like in this mod, and just like really curious. That's why I decided to come to this place right now. We can also find the Grandmaster Witcher sets here, as I mentioned earlier, but those might actually take a little too long, so I'm kind of satisfied with my current Mastercrafted gear. The difference is in vanilla Witcher 3, Grandmaster Witcher gear actually provided a set bonus, whereas like all of the other lower tiers, like the Master Crafted and the Superior and whatever, they don't provide set bonuses. But because in this mod, like, every single tier of the Witcher set provides a set bonus. There's no real hurry to get the Grandmaster set unless it actually provides a stronger bonus. Not really sure about that, but I might dabble into that a little bit and see what that's all about. Anyways, for this time though, we're gonna end things off right here in this beautiful village square, or city square really. This place is way too large to be a village. And we'll pick up next time with doing this Professor Moreau side quest. So thanks for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next one.